First and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Mahavakar Kwadash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days of the last days. So hopefully you're going to be edified, and we're going to flow with the Spirit. Okay? Hi? You okay? We get back to this, Baba Kishar. It's just a woman that was selling cigarettes. That's all for Baba Kishar. But you see how temptations in this trip, brothers, temptations, all those things. But we got to remain stable in this truth, stable, in balance, and not easily shaken. So much things are going on right now. And we got to stay in it. We got to stay in this. We got to stay in the spirit, brothers. Stay in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Don't be easily moved. A lot of things are going on, and I found out we're not the only ones. Guess what? Every brother that's teaching, the same thing's happening to them. The same thing, or similar. There's a method to the madness as well. There's a method to the madness. Don't get it twisted. We're in different locations today. There's a method to the madness. We're going to go to Psalms 129 or 130. Out of the depths of our cry to you, O Lord Jehovah Shai. Lord Jehovah Shai, hear my voice. We want him to hear our voice. We want him to save us. You know? Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. So when we're making supplications, we also want Yahushua to be attentive to us, everything we're saying, and to be attentive, excuse me, to the voice of my supplications. If you, Lord Jehovah Shai, should mark iniquities, oh Lord, who could stand? So if the Lord was to mark our iniquities, who would stand? Brothers, we have sin. We have sin. If he was to mark our iniquities, who would stand? That's why we got to be humble. We got to humble ourselves before the Most High. We got to humble ourselves before the Most High. Because we have sins, brothers. We have sins within this truth. But there is forgiveness with you, that you may be fed. So there's great forgiveness with Yahushua, so we may be fed. Great forgiveness. We're in the Passover. The Pesach, a very solace, serious time to be alive. Very serious. The Pesach, the Passover, where Yahushua was what? A sacrifice for the elect. For all of Israel, but beginning with the elect. They're the ones that have been forgiven already. Now, right? This is heavy. I wait for the Lord Jehovah, my soul waits, and in his words, key thing, in his word do I hope. My soul waits for the Lord Jehovah Shai. So yeah, that's why we just keep waiting. More than those who watch for the morning. Yes, more than those who watch for the morning. O Israel, hope in the Lord Jehovah Shai. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with him is abundant redemption. There's mercy and there's hope with Yahweh Shai. Abundant mercy and hope. He shall redeem Israel from his iniquity. So we're going to go to Romans, see what that hope is. Going to show you what that hope is right now. This is Romans 8. And we're going to jump straight to 28. Actually, we're going to go Romans 8 and 23. The redemption of our body, for we are saved in this hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For why does one still hope for that he sees? But if we hope for that we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance. So if we're hoping for what we do not see. That's faith. So we got to put our hope in the things that are not seen. That's true faith. Right? Because a lot of people, guess what? They're hoping in what they see. The tangible. We're not hoping in the tangible. We're hoping in the intangible. That's what our hope is in. That's what our faith is in. What you don't see, that's faith. And the elect have that faith. And that's what's going to get them through these trying, very trying times, brothers. We're in very, very, very trying times. That's what's going to get us through. Not how many money you have. Not for what fraternity you're with. That's not what's going to get you through. What's going to get us through is our faith in Yahweh Shai. Believing. That's what's going to get you through. The other things are not going to cut it. Right? The humbling time, the Passover. A lot of judgment happens during this time. During the Passover, the Pesach. A lot of judgments happen. So now, back to Psalms 131. It says, he shall redeem Israel from his iniquities. Let's go to Ezekiel. Not Ezekiel, Ephesians. What does redeem mean? To buy back. So we've been bought back. And we're bought with a price. You know that, right? The elect are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify Yahweh Shai. Therefore, we're supposed to glorify him. Because we've been bought with a price. The elect have been bought with a price. Baba Kisham. Right? That's what we're here to do. Glorify Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You got the cars pulling up. Don't worry about the cars pulling up. Remember, this is happening everywhere. Every brother's being tested. Every brother's being tested. Right? They got the cars that pull up and all that, try to distract us. Stay firm in this truth, man. Right? They want you to act a certain way so they can say, look, he looks mad. The occultists. Well, we ain't scared of no occultists, man. The occultists are they're being destroyed, man. By who? By Yahweh Shai. So we got to maintain within this faith. They got the cameras up there as well, but I don't worry about no cameras, man. So more on Ephesians. I'm going to jump to Ephesians 1. And hold on just a minute, verse 7. In him we have redemption through his blood. We have redemption through Yahweh's blood, his sacrifice. We've been redeemed, brought back by the blood of Yahweh. And brothers, have faith in that. Right? Have faith in that. Yep, through Yahweh, you're covered. Now, it doesn't mean you can just sin. But you got to believe you're covered by Yahweh. We're covered by his blood. Okay? And it says, check this out. We have redemption through his blood. The forgiveness of sins. According to the riches of his grace. Ooh. But we don't know how much grace you have. So don't push it. According to his grace. What's grace? A time. A period. Right? So we've been given grace. Rather, this is heavy. But don't use that grace as a cloak of maliciousness. Don't use that liberty as a cloak of maliciousness. Because you don't know how long that string of grace is. You don't know. Different brothers have different levels of grace. And yeah, not everybody's grace is the same. But it's still grace. Hold on just a minute. This Galatians 5 and 13. For you, brethren, have been called to liberty. Only do not use liberty as an opportunity to the flesh. So the liberty is a form of grace, as it says. But don't use that for an occasion to sin. You're going to go off. We're going to make mistakes. You're going to say certain things that you shouldn't have said. You're going to do certain things that you shouldn't have done. But always reel it back to Yahweh Shai. Always pray for that forgiveness as well, because you're not sure if you've been forgiven. But the elect are going to have a mindset of you being forgiven, because that's faith. Why are you in this truth if you don't believe you've been forgiven? Why are you in this truth? And there's a certain mindset that comes with believing you've been forgiven. A certain mindset. The mindset of forgiveness is a mindset of confidence. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence. The more you fear him, the more confidence there is. The less you fear him, the less confidence there is. So we've got to be mindful of these things. The fact that's the beginning of wisdom. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to go off, because his flesh is sinful. This flesh has a sinful nature to it. So you got to keep that in, in mind. We have a sinful nature. But that's where Yahushua comes in. And he works with us. Right? That's why it says, cast your burden upon the Lord Yahushua. Burden can also be sins. Sins can lay you down, weigh you down. Scriptures say, let not your sins weigh you down, and your iniquities lift themselves up. So, brothers, there's a fine balance in this truth. There's a fine balance in this truth. Okay? A fine balance. Let the people talk their shit, man. They ain't gonna be here for too long, man. Because the words of the Yahushua are true and they are faithful. I also want to go to that. Hold on just a minute. Right? Got people losing their minds out here, man. So I want to go to that as well. Let's go to 2nd Ezra. Need groups of people to come out here and try and come up against me. That means they're not powerful, are they? If you need whole groups and legions to come up against brothers, and you're still losing, what does that say? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Behold, speak in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. So that's what we try to get into. Prophecy, which means say before. So prophecy, we tell you what's going to happen before it happens. That's true prophecy. Like the vaccine. Before that happened, we warned you about that. Biological warfare. Before World 3 popped off, we warned you about that. And guess what? It happened. It's happening now. So these words, they're faithful and they're true. They're not made up. These words are faithful and they are true. Baba Kasha. Baba Kasha. You hear that fake laughing? Yo, bro, demons are manifested. You got people manifested. Oh, this is real. This truth is real. So watch 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Oh, yes. So if anyone's coming up against the word of the Lord, well, it doesn't matter, because the scripture says, for they are faithful and true. So yeah, these words are faithful and they're true. So you don't got to worry about gainsayers or anyone who don't believe. Amos 3:3. So what if some did not believe? Should that make the faith of the Most High without effect? I think that's Romans. No, these words are still true. And cause them to be written in paper. This is the paper. For they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Because you're going to have people out here, they have an imagination, a thought against what you're teaching. It says, don't fear the imaginations. Okay? Don't fear what they think, what they're thinking. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Incredulity means unbelief. Don't let their unbelief trouble you, because they don't believe. That speak against thee. Oh yeah, they speak against you as well. They complain. Well, how comes he's not doing it our way? He's useless. He said, don't let the incredulity of them trouble thee. So what if they speak against you? It's still the words of the Lord. It's still the words of Yahweh Baisham, Yahweh Shai. Right? It's still his words. Don't let the incredulity of them trouble thee. Bro, we're shaking things in the kingdom of darkness. You got people jumping out of cars, jumping in cars, worried, panicking. Because we're messing up. We're messing up the kingdom of darkness right now. We're affecting it. Right, this is spiritual. That's why we got to stay calm. We got to stay calm, rooted, not easily moved, not easily troubled. Here comes another car that's going. We don't care about all that. You let them worry. You let these people panic and worry and so forth. Sure. You see a car after car parks up. A lot of demonic activity, Lots. But this is the new system in place. This is the new system in place, brothers. It's called the mark of the beast. Right? Mark of the Beast program, right? Remember, a lot of these people, what are they a part of? They are part of a program. The woman's going to get out of her car as well. It's a program, right? It's a program. And I don't even need to mention the trafficking thing. I don't even need to mention that. That's been mentioned a lot of times, brother. A lot of times. Error is you're not even doing that. People are trying to get you involved in that. Like you're doing it. Like you're trafficking someone. You know what I'm saying? But that's the ways of this world, right? People get a notification on their app, start getting scared. Come on, right? Yeah, let them watch us, bro. We ain't got nothing to hide, bro. We're just teaching the words. We ain't got nothing to hide, right? There ain't no proof of me trafficking anyone, is there? You know what I'm saying? You see, yeah, we got some evil eyes. The woman's just watching me like, bro, I don't know her. I don't know her. We got back in the car. This guy's popping. Look, I'm checking this car coming out as well. It's a system, right? It's a system. And I told you who runs this program. FBI, COINTELPRO, law enforcement, and you got a whole load of people within this program. You got people that are watching you with evil eye. Yeah, she just pulled up, watch me, like, bro, well, I'm just teaching the word. What's up with you? Damn, we're in that time. And it says, where was we? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So those that don't believe, they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. Now let's go to Proverbs now. Hmm? Let's go to Proverbs. All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Proverbs 13 and 13. Oh, ice cream van pops up now. Baba Kusha. I could do with some ice cream. Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despises the word will be destroyed. Key thing. Despises the word will be destroyed. So if they despise this word, they're going to be destroyed. Right? There goes the noise campaigns. See, they want to throw you off. They want to throw you off your equilibrium. You see? But he who fears the commandment will be rewarded. So we got to fear the commandment will be rewarded in due time. The law of the wise is the fountain of life, to turn away from the snares of death. It says the law of the wise. So we have the law of the wise to turn us away from snares, the traps of death. Let's see what else we got. Mhm. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh dear. And this is my Alright, people be acting mad crazy out here, bro. I'm telling you, people be acting crazy out here. They get some type of notification in it when brothers come out. They get notified and they start acting like zombies, bro. But we continue in it. We continue in this word. Baba Kishar. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, don't be distracted, brothers. Let's go back to where we were. Right? Baba Kishar. Baba Kishar. They got the honey pots as well. Bro, this is crazy, bro. How things be going right now? And we gotta keep it spiritual. But guess what, brothers? Hey, we got the victory. Right? Why? Shah when he said that. Right? We've got that victory, Baba Kishore, on every level. Right? Fret not. See, they gotta send, bro, they gotta send that multitude of demons. When we're here, they never knew where I was today, so they're scattering, they're panicking. You see? Yeah, they're panicking, bro. You got the Legion demon out here as well. And you got their cult members out here. So let's go to this. Hold on just a minute. Psalms 130, back to Psalms 130 and 1. Lord, my heart, Yahweh Shai, is not haughty, nor my eyes lofty, neither do I concern myself with great matters, things that you can't comprehend at this time, nor with things too profound for me. Now let's go to, hold on just a minute. This all written down, right? Scriptures speak the things you have known. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, Babakashah, 3 and 19. And it says, many are in a high place and renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek, the humble. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. It says it, honored of the lowly. So the more lowly we are, the more humble, there's honor that comes with that. Right? There's no honor that comes to being proud, prideful. And it says, check this out. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. If anything's too hard, difficult, don't seek it out because it's too hard. It's above your comprehension. Neither search the things that are above thy strength. See, if it's above your strength, your pay grade, leave it alone until Yahushua gives you revelation on that particular subject. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. That means what you've been given, think upon that with a great reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with the eyes the things that are in secrets, right? Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than men understand. There's a lot that's been shown to brothers than men understand. See? Now let's go back to where we were. It's going all right so far. Right? We're not letting no distractions get in our way. So where was on Psalms 131, right? Surely I have calmed and quieted my soul, like a weaned child with his mother, like a weaned child is my soul within me. When you go to Peter's, it says, desire the sincere milk of the word. So we got to be like a weaned child, born again. That's how we have to be. We're teaching born again. You have to fill up that cup all again. Everything you knew, you have to get rid of it. Everything you once knew and be taught all over again. Right? You got people out here panicking. And it says, Israel, our hope in the Lord Jehovah Shai, from this time forth and forevermore. So also our hope, our expectation is supposed to be in Jehovah Shai, rooted. Bro, nothing is supposed to move you. You got all this talk about crack this, crack that. You ain't cracking nothing. Well, guess what the elect, guess what we've cracked? We've cracked the codes, man. Got pure unclean spirits out here, man, that have been sent. But that's a good thing. That means we're doing something right. When them unclean spirits come out here to attack, to influence, to scare you, Yahushua had to deal with them as well. Unclean spirits in the Bible. But let's stay with one thing at a time. Bear me just a minute. Yeah, brothers, you have to be calm. Don't be erratic. Be calm. Right? Because right now it's about narrative. Then check this out. Let's see what we got. Got people want to follow people in cars. What's that about? What part of the game is that? You got people that want to follow people in cars, and what part of the game is that? That's not even legal. But they're dark cult members. Where is it? Ha! And it says, we got Ezekiel 8 and 13. Because it's saying it's Good Friday, right? Easter and all that. Well, guess what Easter is? Easter is the Passover. Easter is the Passover. Let's go to Ezekiel 8 and 13. Let's go. Ezekiel 8 and 13. So it says, we're going to get into it. Easter is the Passover. Easter, remember there's left-hand-sided holidays. Esau uses Easter for what? Pagan rituals. Easter eggs, what they call it, treasure hunting, all those things. He uses it, but on the left-hand side, to garner energy for the kingdom of darkness. But it's really the Passover, which is a holy day. We have holy days. They have holidays, which are paganistic days. All right? They have paganistic holidays, man. That's what they have. You see what else we got? So we got Ezekiel. Let's see if we can find this. Baba Kishore. And it talks about the abominations that were being used. To see if we can find it. It's Ezekiel 8 and 13. Check this out. And he said to me, turn again, and you will see greater abominations that they are doing. So listen, there are some great abominations that these people are doing. Great. The same abominations they're doing today. All right? When these. So he brought me into the inner court of the Lord Jehovah's house, and there at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, and their backs, it says it, and their backs towards the temple of the Lord Jehovah, and their faces toward the east, and they were worshiping the sun toward the east. So there was sun worship going on as well, as it says. Their backs were turned towards the east to worship the sun. Okay? And it says, Baba Kishar, check this out. To worship the sun. Baba Kishar. So sun worship is still prevalent. Where's the sun? Towards the east. And it says, and he said to man, check this out. And he said to me, check this out. Have you seen this, O son of man? Is it a trivial thing to the house of Judah to commit the abominations which they commit there? So they were committing abominations, just like today. The same abominations are being committed. For they have filled the land with violence, then they have returned to provoke me to anger. Indeed, they put the branch to their nose, therefore I will also act. Right? I will also act in fury. My eye will not spare, nor will my eye have pity. Though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, I will not hear them. Right? And when you further continue, it talks about Samarises. Right? Samarises and Talmud. So they were worshipping Samarises until they were baking cakes. I can't find it. It should be in here. They were baking cakes. So Samaris and Talmud. Alright? It tells you that. And Samaris and Talmud, guess what they were? It was the Queen of Heaven. Right? So they were dead in baking cakes to the Queen of Heaven. Easter, guess what it is? It's fertility worship. Easter is fertility worship. It's the worship of a woman. It's idolatry. Right? That's what it is. They were bowing down to Tammuz and Semiramis, which is fertility worship, bunnies, and so forth. Same thing's going on again today. So this is a paganistic holiday for those that are on the left-hand side. And it's a holy day for those that are on the right-hand side, the Passover. See what else we got. Everything has a reason. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason. Everything on earth. What else have we got? The Lord's against idols, man. The Lord's against all forms of idolatry. Okay? So we got Psalms 96. Right? Baba Kishram. So we got Psalms 96 and 4. For the Lord Jehovah is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all gods of the people are idols. But the Lord made the heavens. Honor and majesty are before him. So it's telling us the gods of the idols are what? The gods of the nations, they're idols. They're vain. You hear the spirits of them? They're vain. The gods of the idols, they're vain. They're empty. They're idols. They cannot save you. See what else we got. And when Yahushua comes back, what's he coming to do? Well, destroy the idols. Let's go to Isaiah 2 and 8. Their land is full of idols. It says it. Oh, I just lost that. Hold on. Just a minute. Ah. The land is full of idols, brothers. And we shall not worship idols made with hands, as it says. Right? We're not supposed to be doing that. idols, worship with hands. Right? That's the beginning of all idolatry. Right? It's the beginning of sin. Right? But this is what these people do. Even within your cults, well, your cults, they worship something. Your occultism, what is it worship of? Well, constellations and sun, moon, stars. That's why when you see occultists, what do they have? They have a symbol, or they may have a tattoo of an ordinance, some type of ordinance. That's what they have, because they're idolatrous. They're not worshiping the true and living power, which is Yahweh Shai. They're worshiping idols, which makes them idolatrous. This is nothing new, which ties into witchcraft. So a lot of these people, they're witches, they're warlocks. And what does the scripture say about a witch? I suffer not a witch to live. Now, we can't do anything about that because the Lord is merciful. But you have that. You have witches, warlocks, fraternities. That's what you have. Okay? And they all worship what? Demons. Because your idols are principalities in the form of demons. Like these people that are driving around watching you, they're full up of demons. That's what they're full up of. And it says, Baba Kishore, the land is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands. They watch their own fingers to have made people bow down. Each man humbles himself. Therefore, do not forgive them. So you're seeing it right here. But the Lord's going to abolish them. Let's go to verse 18. But the idols he shall utterly abolish. So Yahweh is coming to abolish, destroy every form of idol. Okay? You got more people pulling out. Man is scared, man. The Lord's going to abolish these idols. People out here looking for someone to blame. Lord's coming to abolish every single idol. See what else we got. And see what else we get. There's a one true living power, brothers. One true living power. Another car pulls up. Kusha, probably a trafficker, Baba Kusha. Wouldn't surprise me. Traffickers have nice cars, innit? Most of them. Wouldn't surprise me. But you could talk about it all day long. Well, yeah, it will stop, but the Lord, the Habasha is going to be the only one to stop it. You can't depend on man. Because man ain't going to save, well, you know what? Man is going to save us. Yahweh Shai, the Son of God's going to save us. You can't depend on man, multi-man to save you. We're living in an evil time now, bro. Lawless Britain now. Lawless Britain. Let's see what else we got. All right, this is Deuteronomy 7 and 24. He will deliver you and their kings into your hand, and you shall destroy their name from under heaven. No one shall be able to stand against you until you have destroyed them. You shall burn the carved images of their gods. So they had carved images of their gods, their idols. It said burn them. It doesn't say keep them. All right? And it says, you have burned, as it says, Baba Kishore, the carved images of their gods with fire. You shall not covet the silver or gold that is on them, nor take it for yourselves, lest you be snared by it. So it's giving us clear instruction. Don't be snared by the idols that are worshipped today. Just like Easter, people are snared by it. But it's what? Pagan worship. You're calling it Good Friday. Ain't it supposed to be dedicated to the Messiah? So where does Easter come into it? It's not Easter. In the Bible, it's the Pasach. That's what it is, the Pasach. Okay? And it says, the silver of gold here is them, not take it for themselves, lest ye be snared by it. For it is an abomination to the Lord Jehovah your power, nor shall ye bring an abomination into your house, lest ye be doomed to destruction like it. You shall utterly detest it, utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. So you're not even supposed to bring no abominations, no idols into your household, because it's a cursed thing. You bringing cursed objects into your house, and you wonder why you got manifestations and things that happen, because you're bringing that object into your house. So you need to remove the object from your house. But this is what people do. You know, people in their houses, they have altars. What do you think they're dedicating them altars to? Idols. See, but there's righteous altars. Elijah, he dedicated an altar to Yahweh Shai. Then you have wicked altars that are dedicated to demons for what? For fame, for financial meanings, purposes. No, we're dedicating to Yahweh Shai, right? For spiritual purposes, to grow so we can have favor also. They're not doing that. Since it says they sacrifice their sons unto what? Idols, man, and their daughters for fame. That's why they done it. That's why when people talk to me about trafficking, yeah, it's still done today, right? But it's just a bit more under the radar. The way these children end up going missing, they end up going missing. Madeleine McCann, was she ever found? It's a big thing. You talk about it in London, they act oblivious to it. No, it's not happening in London. Nah, trafficking, that's not happening there. It can't be happening there. Nah. Only in the Midlands, Rochdale, Asians, only Asians do that. That's one of the most, listen, that's one of the most silly things you could say. Silly. That's like saying, oh, only black people sell drugs. That's like saying that. Right? But that's another topic that's being brought to the surface as well. Right? Another topic that's being brought to the surface. Right? And my stalking has went up. Believe it. My stalking has went up. Believe it or not. Are they watching? But let them watch. Because someone's watching them. And that's Yahweh Shai. For every person that watches us, Yahweh Shai is watching them. Fear them not. Their wickedness will be revealed. Bro, they can only do it for so long. Their wickedness is being revealed. That's why they're panicking. That's why I thought I'll switch it up today. Just switch it up. They can't really follow me as they would want to. That's why they got to walk back and forth, right? They can't really follow me. That's why you got to use wisdom as well. I'm in a different location today. Yeah, you beat them sometimes. You beat them by outsmarting them through scriptures. But show them you're not as silly. Hold on just a minute. As they think. You're not dumb. Sometimes you got to show people that. By using wisdom and applying it. Because these people, they think, they can finesse you. God is not mocked. God is not mocked. Whatever a man soweth, that he's going to reap. So what you're sowing, you're going to have to reap what you're sowing, man. Whatever you're putting out there, whatever evil you're putting out there, you're going to have to reap that. You're going to reap that, man. Whatever harvest you're putting out, you're going to reap that. And you can't blame us. So where is he? Yeah, we got to blame him. Let's look for it. Bro, no. You're going to have to deal with that yourself. You're going to have to clean up the mess. Whoever started the mess is going to have to clean it up. You can't come over here and blame us. You're going to have to clean up the mess. Have a good shot. As the mess was. And that's just the way it is. Okay, that's just the way it is. People looking, running around, looking for someone to blame. Oh, who can we put a problem? No, you're going to have to clean it up yourself. You're not going to be able to run around and blame people for anything you're doing. That's why, brothers, we have to have clean hands in this truth. Clean hands. Yeah, you got pure evil eyes watching us, bro. Pure evil eyes. But they're not telling you why they're watching you. They're not telling you why they're watching you. Why are you watching him? Oh, we don't know. We've just been told on some app. We have to watch him. We've just been told on some app. They're not telling you that. They're just following instructions from whoever. They're just following instructions. That's all they're doing. But they're following instructions from a phone. That's what they're following instructions. They're following Satan's instructions, basically. You know, looking silly out here, man. Looking unstructured. Looking undisciplined. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy 12 and 29. When the Lord your power, God cuts off from before you the nations which God dispossesses. So we were going to Canaan, and guess what? Nations would be dispossessed. You know that, right? Which he dispossesses. Right? And you displace them and dwell in the land. Take heed to yourself that you are not ensnared to follow them. It says it. So once he cuts them off, don't follow them. Okay, don't follow Easter, don't follow Christmas. It says it when he cuts them off. And it says, take heed to yourself that you are not ensnared to follow them after they are destroyed from before you. Okay? So it's a clear point. Don't follow the other nations. You were supposed to do away with them. Don't follow their idols, lest they become a snare unto you. And it says, take heed to yourself that you're not instead to follow them after they are destroyed from before you, that you do not inquire after their gods. So don't inquire after them as well. Why are you inquiring tarot cards, Luigi boards, voodoo? You shouldn't be doing that, because when you're doing that, you're inquiring of an entity. So a lot of these people, they're into dark practices now, where they're trying to summon up entities and speak to them. If you're not stronger than that entity's overcoming you. The only source we need is Yahweh Shai. That's the only source we need. Okay? And it says, and do not inquire after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Also we would do likewise. You shall not worship your Lord God in that way. For every abomination to the Lord which he hates, have done to their gods. For they burn even their sons and daughters in their fire to their gods. Their sons and daughters. They were burning them, which is sacrifice. Now, what can they do now? The cult members are mad pissed. What can they do now? They're not going to walk up and down the stairs, are they? See, bro, you outsmart them. And it says, whatever I command you, be careful to observe it. You shall not add to it, nor take from it. So it's showing you right here. It's showing you, man. Idols have always been a problem. Always. Yeah, they can't do nothing, Baba Kishore. Let's see what else we've got out here. They can't do nothing, Baba Kishore. Let's see what else we got, Baba Kishore. So we're going to go to 2nd Ezra. Hold on. We've got 2nd Ezra. We've got Ecclesiasticus. One thing at a time, brothers. One thing at a time. Idols have a snare to the soul of men. Big time. I shall worship the Lord Yahweh Shai, and him shall I worship. Him only. No, worship Baal. Him only. See what else we get? Absolutely useless, man. Don't you know idols are useless? Did you know that? Shit, this oh, good shot. See what else we got. Come on. One thing at a time. Only just a minute. I'm just looking for it. Can't find it right now, so we might go to another precept. One thing at a time. Found it. This Ecclesiasticus. We're going to jump to verse 38. Huh? Yeah, I know, but the way you're coming up and you're just looking into the thing like that.
Watching live.
Yeah, it's teaching the Bible.
That's why we love you. Come.
I thank you, man. Thank you. This is your son.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah,
Right,
man.
Abdullah,
Hello.
man.
Hello, man.
Hello.
He did.
Good.
Yeah, salam. Careful, careful on them stairs, Brother Kashan. He looks just like you as well. I thank you, Brother Kashan. Yeah, Brother Kashan, Brother Kashan. You gotta be careful, man. You know they try to play mind games as well, bro. But I'm just saying, the guy just creeped up on me. You can't be. Come on, come on. And you know the children. You know they love me as well, right? Oh, Baba, I'm a hit with the children, Baba. Good job, Baba. Good job, Baba. Good job. Well, all the children love me naturally, innit? But remember, listen. When you have a light, remember, you have a light to you. You're gonna attract children and animals. You're gonna see a lot. You're gonna see a lot of them, all right? And animals as well. But back to the topic. And it says, Ecclesiastes 38 and 25. How can you get wisdom that holdeth to the plough, and glorifying the gold, and driving the oxen is occupied in their labors, whose talk is of bullocks? In other words, work. How can you get wisdom if you're always occupied on work? Because you also get people that say that, does he work? Is he working? You ain't working. You just circling the block in cars. You trafficking. You call that work? Alright? Yeah, but you gang stalking. You call that work? Right? This is real work. How can you gain work if your talk is of bollocks and cattle and this and overtime? Right? This is true work. Because there's time that goes into it. There's dedication that goes into it. It's a true work. And it says, I'm moving too fast. He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to kind fodder. So every carpenter, workmaster, labourers night and day. It says every carpenter and workmaster is labouring night and day. But for what? To build up this society. That's what they're labouring to do. So you got people, yeah, construction workers, nothing against them, but they build the system, like the walls, everything you see. Their whole job is to build. You're a plasterer, well, you're building a system, right? We jump straight to the point. It says, verse 31, all these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his own work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, right? They shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down, because you need people to do roads, right? Build roads. They shall not be sought for in public council, because that's not their thing. That's not their lot. Nor sit in a congregation, Baba Kishar. They shall not sit on the judges' seats. Right? Don't panic, Baba Kishar. They shall not sit on the judge's seat. So the only one that's going to sit on the judge's seat are the true judges, the elect, as it says. Oh, they shall not sit on the judge's seat. Baba Kishar. They're trying to give me the evil eye as well. None of that stuff works, man. No black magic, no witchcraft, none of that's working. The only thing that's going to stand is the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This word is standing, brothers. That's why people are getting so scared, so stricken up. Because this word is standing. It shall not go out void, but it's accomplishing what the Lord pleases. You got time for the Bible? It shall accomplish what the Lord pleases. This word it's accomplishing. This word is accomplishing what Yahweh Shai, what it's accomplishing is having an effect. If it wasn't having no effect, you would have multitudes coming out here trying to suppress our voice. So it's having some type of form of effect. And it says, they shall not be sought for. They shall not sit on a judge's seat, not understand the sentence of a judgment. Because they're holding a construction worker, his lot is not to judge. He's not a prophet, he's a construction worker. That's their lot. Okay? And they cannot declare justice and judgment. No, they can judge things, but if they don't have the mind of Yahweh Shai, it's not for them. And they shall not be found where parables are spoken, dark sayings. It tells you. But they will maintain the state of the world. So their whole thing is to maintain this state of this world. Maintain it. See? To build the matrix. That's why in the scene of Matrix, what was Morpheus saying to Neo? He showed him, right? They were walking, and he said these people are so dependent on the system to build it up. So they were building up this system. They were building it up. But they were maintaining the state of the world. So they maintaining the state of the world. Like if these bricks are all over the place, they maintain it, right? They fix it. They maintain the state of this current world. You understand? But the scripture says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. That's what the scriptures say. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. And it says, and all the desires in the work of their craft. In other words, the Freemasonry. That's their desire. You're not gonna see them in this place of judgment and prophesying and readying these scriptures. You're not gonna see them there. Right? At all. See what else we got. Remember the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets and the prophets only. Right? You got time for the Bible? Alright, it's alright. No worries. No, I like your hair, by the way. It's nice. Baba Kusha. You know they got the honey pots as well, Baba Kusha. So, it should not be sought for in what? Public keeping. In public counsel. Only the elect are going to be sought for in public counsel. Only the elect. Yeah, they want brothers to crack. They want you to break. There's people that want you to stop teaching. They're indignant. Now we got to stop him. We got to stop it. We got to stop this geezer from teaching. Well, bro, if Yahushua is not with it, you're not going to stop anything. Right? You got people that want to sabotage what you're doing because you don't want to follow their program. But that's where Yahushua is going to come into play. Right? Yeah, they're panicking. Good, them evil frog like spirit. Them unclean spirits, man. They're out here. Okay? They should be panicking, man. They should be, man. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Look at show. Jeremiah 15 and 19. You should be as my mouth. So, yeah, we are as the Lord's mouth. Right? And it says, let them return to you, but you must not return to them. I will make to you this people a fortified bronze, a wall. They shall fight against you, but they shall not prevail. So you got those that will fight against us, but it says they shall not prevail. So let them come fight against us, but guess what? They're not prevailing. Okay, they're not prevailing. They can fight all they want. They're just fighting a losing battle, man. Okay? They shall fight against you, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you to save you. So Yahushua's with us. Well, you got to understand this, bro. Projecting all that negativity and all that fear. The Lord is with us. He says he shall fight for us. Allah shall fight for us, man. And it says, they shall fight against you, but they shall not prevail, for I am with you to save you and deliver you, says the Lord Yahushua. You see? And it says, I will deliver you from the hand of the wicked. I will redeem you from the grip of the terrible. So we'll also be redeemed from the grip. And you know why these people are pissed? Excuse my language. You know why they're pissed? Because they try to set up scenarios. Then whoever started set up that particular scenario. When you're not at that place, well, guess what? Someone's getting punished. So you do have people out here, setting up certain, things, and they get punished by Satan. They get the power because you were not at that place at that certain time. But that's your fault. That's not our fault. You shouldn't be doing wickedness. See, you got that woman running. You shouldn't be doing wickedness in the first place. So a lot of these people, they get punished by their handlers when things don't go to plan. And they have to reroute all over again because they got handlers. And you have something called perps, which are what? Perpetrators. So when you're not at a certain spot where you're supposed, where they think you're gonna be, they have to reroute plan. That's what they have to do. They have to reroute plan, Baba Kusha. They want us gone. Gone, Baba Kusha. They want us gone. They want us out of here, man. They want us. But as long as Yahweh Shai has us here, we're gonna keep teaching. That's what we're gonna do. Right? Gone. That's what they want you. They want you gone and mash up. They want you having no hope at all. So they're not for you. That means they're against Yahweh Shai. That's what it means. That means they're against Yahweh Shai. They're against his word. You got people circling the block as well. Like little sick puppies, man, circling the block. I'm saying, Baba Kusha. But they cannot prevail against the word of Yahweh Shai. They're projecting. It's not to do with us. They're projecting, man. How comes he's not doing what we're doing? How comes he doesn't have the same belief as us? Because what you believe ain't what we believe. What you believe is contrary. Then when you find out what these people believe, it's complete contrary. And it's not in alignment with the scriptures. Then they talk about principles. Yeah, we're going to switch it up today. Then they talk about principles. But they're not following the godly principles. See ya. They're not following the godly principles. Right? They're not following it. But brothers, you stay in the truth. These people, they're destroying themselves. And you see, they're destroying themselves, man. With that behavior, man. Now they're in a loop. They're in a loop of madness now. Because someone, I don't know, some technology or someone said something about you. Now they're in a loop of madness. That's what happens, man. When you believe in lies. When you trust in lies. That's what happens. That's why you got to come out of agreement with lies and stay within the truth. See what else we got. They're looking pissed, man. Yeah. We got to get him. We got to get him. Bro, I'm not a criminal. I teach the word. You should be looking for the criminals, man. You should be looking for those that are committing crimes out here. Not brothers that are teaching his faith. That's what you should be looking for. But they're not doing that. We're gonna shut off soon. Baba Kusha. This is Psalms 146 and 5. Happy is he who has God of Jacob for his help. So we have the God of Jacob right now for our help. That's who we have right now. The God of Jacob, which means Israel. Yeah, she's filling up my energy. The God of Jacob. That's who we have. He's our God. He's our power. We need not to fret what these people are doing. You see? You gotta get run to that handler. See? Because they set things up. People, they're worshipping Satan. We have the power of Jacob, man, which guides us, which helps us. And it says, whose hope is in the Lord Jehovah Shai's power, who made heaven and earth and the sea and all that is therein, who keeps truth forever, who executes justice for the oppressed. So he's executing justice for us. And it says, for the oppressed. So we are the oppressed, but he's still executing judgment for us. Right? He's executing that justice for us. Right? Who gives food to the hungry. The Lord Jehovah gives freedom to the prisoners. So we also have freedom, yet in prisoners in the mind. John 8:32, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So we also have a freedom. And brothers, this ain't no low-level stuff, bro. This ain't no low-level thinking. We also have freedom. The devil, bro, he hates God's children. If you have any type of happiness, he don't want that. He wants you in bondage. That's why you see these people running around. They're in bondage, man. They've taken oaths. That's how the enemy wants you. He wants you miserable. He don't want you to have any type of form of life or nothing. But Yahweh came so we may have another car popping up. So we may have life. And may have it more abundantly. Probably a human trafficker. Pan the camera. Pan the camera. Looking hella suspect. We're panning the camera as well. Another one comes out the car. They always do things so you can see them as well. Looking like John Barnes. They always do things so you can see them as well. Okay? Baba Kashan. Just panning the camera. They always do that. So you can see them. The only thing they're not slamming the doors today. That's the only thing. They ain't slamming no doors. They usually slam the doors. They usually do them abusive tactics. Oh, he's mad. Well, hold on. So why is this person mad? Because they're speaking the truth. But what about all the pizza thing going on? So them people, they're not crazy. They're not nasty. They're not sick. Yeah? Yeah, of course you're going to be called mad because we're bringing things to light. Right? What about the traffickers then? Huh? What about all the traffickers? They're not mad. They're not sick. Huh? Oh, well, you can't put that type of stuff on us and call us mad. Well, you can call us mad, but you got to watch the videos. And you see, we're clearly sane. I'm showing my face. There is no forms of mental illness. Only the people I see coughing, sneezing, stamping feet, slamming doors. That's mad to me. That's what I call mad. Right? Now this guy's giving me an evil look. We don't care about your evil looks, man. Babakar, yeah, you got traffickers. I told you got traffickers out here, man. Stop fucking lying, man. Oh, Rochdale. Pakistani, man. Fuck out of here with that rubbish. Right? All races are participating in that. You can even have a Muslim woman. I've seen Muslim women. I've seen Muslim women that partake in human trafficking. Muslim women that claim to be Islamic. What are you talking about? See middle class men partake in trafficking. See Jamaican men participate in human trafficking. What's this whole thing about Pakistan? Why does it have to be Pakistani? Huh? Why? Well, you know why? Because it's the British, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Pakistanis. No, it does happen among them. But why are they just putting on the headlines a title Pakistani grooming gangs? Why don't you just put grooming gangs instead of Pakistani? Because now everybody's gonna start looking at the Pakistanis. Oh no, he might take my daughter. Last time I checked, it was white middle class men and women that were running that type of stuff. Okay. That's also another topic. Epstein files. Seeing things about Diddy. You're seeing pictures, you're seeing photographs, right? That's how you know we're in the last days. That's how you know we're in the last days. And who's to say other people don't have? You don't know. There could be politicians that have pictures, photos, and videos. We don't know the whole. We don't know, but we do know there's things going on, right? But that's all we need to know. Baba Kisha. Well, man, that's all we need to know, Baba Kisha. I keep telling you, it's a dirty business. Let's see what else we got. It's a dirty business, man. Baba Kisha. People get moved around. People get moved around against their own will. And if you don't have the financial funds, oh, you're going to be stuck in that. Right? And you can become a victim of that through coercive control. You know that, right? I'm telling you. Let's see what else we got, Baba Kishore. We're going to shut off soon. This is Psalms 119. And I want to jump straight to verse 84. How many are the days of your servant? When will you execute judgment on those who persecute me? The proud have dug pits for me, which is not according to your law. All your commandments are faithful. They persecute me. Wrongfully, help me. They almost made an end of me on earth. Oh, that's another thing, another testimony. Some of these people tried to kill you. Some of these people tried to take you out. excuse me, they almost made an end of me on earth. King David, this is a prayer of David. But I did not forsake me on earth. Ah! And it said, they're just walking around in circles, man. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Huh? And it says, they proud have dug pits for me. But I did not forsake your precepts. Revive me according to your love and kindness, so I may keep the testimony of your mouth. So Yahushua, he revives his men, so he can keep his testimonies. Another card is put up. White card. So he revives us in this truth. Okay, he gives us what we need, not what we think we want, what we need. Right? So I'm going to shut off here. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahava Kak Pradash. And until the next time, Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.